Hello and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade Chapters. Tonight we will be playing the prologue chapter, Last Train to the Ministry, for Aaron Wissal of the Banu Haqim, who we got to meet during the interlude in our last session after we beat the werewolf. So, a few things. Obviously, the board is a lot busier than usual. We are wounded after our last mission, so our next physical check gets -3 dice, which can kind of suck. I did go ahead because we had 34 XP, which XP is for each character and not just one per player. I went ahead and I leveled up Aaron just because I have no idea what we're about to walk into. I spent all 34 XP to buy, he starts with Blood Sorcery 1 and Obfuscate 1. I bought Blood Sorcery 2 to get Corrosive Blood. I also boosted his Mental from 2 to 3 and purchased levels in Search, Technology, Insight, and Subterfuge. He's already got 3 in Weapons and Stealth, 2 in Brawl and Athletics, and then he had 1 in Awareness and Occult. But this way gave us 1 extra willpower from the increase in mental. It also kind of gave us a few points in the more investigative skills a bit there. And it'll give us an extra combat card if it comes around to that. Aaron also has a much larger deck of combat cards available to him because of his trained skills. I have given him the Old Boots item card from our usual one to give him +1 movement because as it stands, he still only has 3 movement. So that'll give him 4. And I don't know if we're going to be on a time limit with this, but again, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So if we need to move, we might need to hustle. We do also have, we carried over Hunger. Here we're Hunger 2, right? That's Hunger 3. We were at Hunger 2 after last round. So we are going to do a feeding event first. One thing I'm going to ask real quick, Thomas, just because I haven't seen, I kind of went through the Kickstarter stuff, but I hadn't seen anybody mention it. According to the rule book, the expansion packs are supposed to have ally cards for their miniatures and state cards. Well, yeah, ally cards, not state cards. But none of mine did. Ministry, Masambra, Hakata, Banu Haqim, and what's the other one? Did I get them all? Ministry, Masambra, Hakata, Banu Haqim. I guess I did get them all. I thought there was 5. I'm kind of questioning myself right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no, there's only 12. Okay. But yeah, I had all the minis for them. I've got like all the other cards, but I never found ally cards for them, nor did I find the little tokens for the initiative tracker. Like right now, I've just got Gabe's tracker for this. I don't know if that was something that didn't happen because like I could see why you might not have them in your coterie since they're all independent vampires. They're not necessarily part of the Camarilla or the Anarchs. Actually, scratch that. I guess the Banu Haqim. Never mind. That was a stupid thing because Ministry is Anarch, Banu Haqim is Camarilla, and La Sombra is Camarilla. Okay, so I take it back. That was me being stupid there. I was thinking I could see them not being in a coterie fully as like an ally character because of the fact that they were independent, but I remembered in 5th edition, most of them are no longer independent. In fact, of that group, only the Hakata are still independent. So I don't know if that was like an error or something. If so, you know, let me know in a comment, like if there's anyone in particular I might need to email about that, just to get those, because I would like to see what they would bring to the table as ally cards for the coterie, if they are able to be had as ally cards for the coterie. So real quick, before we get into it, we are going to do a feeding event because we need to eat. We hungry. I'm not going to buy anything from Alex at this point. We still have status 0, so we fed on the family, so we can't use them anymore. You can only use one. You can only use the feeding events once. Let's go ahead and let's go to Montreal North and take on the Street Gang for 45. 45 in the feeding book. Street Gang in a parking lot. Loud music, jacked up cars, and the occasional gunshot. This is your hunting ground tonight. There must be around 12 gang members tonight, celebrating one thing or another. They all sport the same colored bandana, either worn on their heads or hanging out from their pockets. They shout and cheer loudly. From time to time, you can hear the revving of some of the car's engines. You know they've seen you. The parking lot's wide, open, and well lit. You decide to approach them despite being outnumbered. You know how disorganized kind can get when a brawl starts. No amount of braggadocio can save them against the kindred. We have the choice of a physical or social challenge. I don't believe, and Thomas, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I gotta say, I do love knowing that somebody from FLYOS watches, because I can ask a question, and if you see it, you know the answer, you let me know in the comments, and I love that. Thank you so much. I don't think the wounded card would apply here since it specifically mentions being in the chapter. So I'm going to assume at this point that that's not going to apply to the feeding test. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But we have 2 social dice, we have 3 physical dice, so we are going to go with physical. Start a fight and feed during the chaos. You confidently approach the gangsters, cracking your knuckles and smiling viciously. Gangsters jump off their cars and walk towards you, laughing and jeering. You make a note of each one of them in turn. 4 are packing heat, the others are probably armed with knives or brass knuckles, but you couldn't care less. Alright, let's see if we can take care of that hunger. You know what? We're going to spend a willpower right out of the gate. Because that was terrible. We have 1 success. And for 1 player, you needed 0 successes, huh? Okay, well, we got 1. Very confused gangster ends up face to face with you. You grab him by the arm, spin around before throwing him onto the ground. You grab him by the throat, sink your teeth into his shoulder. He tenses in pain for the briefest moment before his blood begins to pour into your mouth. Before the others have time to come help him, you're out of the parking lot. Start the next chapter at 0 hunger. Excellent. Except our willpower, as now we're down by 1 to start. Take the brass knuckles item card. Item card 03, which I think we've already got some brass knuckles, but now I guess we've got more. And I've got my Gabe character sheet here, but I'm keeping track on the back of feeding events we've done. So that's family, street gang. Okay. So there's Gabe. Let's real quick pause the video so I can grab. Actually, you know what? It probably won't be that hard to grab this item card real quick because it says it's number 3. which is brass knuckles. Maybe we didn't already have brass knuckles. Because some item cards, there's multiples. And there's only one brass knuckle in there, so I don't know if there is only one. So let's swing this back around. We are done with feeding events for the moment. We also have here, you'll notice the red bases. Those are humans that we can feed on. Those are prey, which is the first time we've dealt with them in play. So, last train to the ministry, Banu Haqim, Chapter 1. According to your informants, this is where you're going to find the contracted target, Nina Barker, a Montreal anarch who fled the domain with something not belonging to her. She'd been careful up until now, but it seems she just used a credit card registered to one of her pseudonyms at the Ottawa station ticket booth. The operation's in your wheelhouse. Kill Barker discreetly and recover these documents of significance, as Duval called them. The main issue? Ottawa train station's hardly conducive to a stealthy hit. Everything here is lit up in searing white light. You have your handgun with you, but you're going to have to wait until the right moment or else follow her onto the train. Plus, there's security presence at the station, so avert aggression could draw unpleasant circumstances. Ideal or not, a contract's a contract. It's not your job to question, it's not your job to let a target go free. Even if you admire the minister's pluck, you'll need to act quickly. If she hops onto a train out of here and you don't know which one, you can't count on finding her again. Objective, avoid attention, find Nina Barker, and recover the suitcase she stole from Caleb Duval. Action, read event E1. I am also going to mention here that the errata for this chapter, which again I will have noted down in the description for the video, indicates that before you read E1, you are also supposed to take the item card 67, My Old Friend, which is a special pistol for Aaron, which when combined with a weapon combat card gives +1 die to your weapon skill check and +1 line of sight. So we've got that. So now, read event E1. The hunt begins. You check the clock on your phone, 11:30 p.m. You need to find Barker or her destination, the document she stole from Duval. There are a few people you could speak to, but you won't be able to get to the ticket booth and question the operator without queuing first. Set the round tracker to 10. Move the guard 1 NPC when the round tracker reaches 8, 6, 4, and 2, according to the image below. Okay, so this is that particular guard. Also, my NPCs are not painted in this case except for Aaron. Well, I guess he's a PC, not an NPC, but yeah, they're not painted this time. I did not expect so many NPCs in this mission, so I haven't gotten those done. Set the round tracker to 10. Move the guard at 8, 6, 4, and 2. If it reaches 0, you must read event 34. Resume playing. Okay. All right, so we don't need to worry about prey right now. I'm guessing that the action token is to get in line to talk to the operator, or the ticket operator person. This one has dialogue, this one has dialogue, and this one has dialogue. Okay. Our disciplines we have currently are Obfuscate 1, Silence of Death, add 2 dice to your stealth skills. And then we've got Blood Sorcery Quietus 1, Hand of Blood, +1 stun token to an NPC adjacent to you. And Quietus 2, Corrosive Blood, add 2 dice to an attack made with a melee weapon combat card, which will be really helpful if we get into combat here, which, being as we're playing an assassin, I'm sure there's going to be combat. Okay, so we've got 4 movement. Let's try... It doesn't say anything about avoiding the guard yet. So let's go ahead and try to talk to this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's that round. One, two, three. Okay. So that is the vagrant. Okay. The vagrant. You can see a woman rooting through one of the bins with her bare hands, probably looking for food. You whisper to yourself, recognizing the homeless life from when you lived. Based on everything you know about Nina Barker, she's pretty good at disguising herself, but it's unlikely to go this far. The homeless woman looks up at you as you approach, eyeing you warily. She probably thinks you're about to tell her to stop doing what she's doing, or worse, steal her spot. We can ask her if we can help, read D3. We can describe Nina Barker to her in the hope she might have seen her, which is a social plus persuasion check, which is the skill I did not buy, at difficulty 3. Or we can walk away. We've only got 2 dice for social. We could rouse the blood to boost it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's rouse the blood. Okay, we get hungrier. Okay. But for the moment, we've got 3 dice to roll for social here. And we're going to spend a willpower to reroll those other 2 because... Okay, that gives us 3. Read D4. Eyewitness. I'm sorry to bother you. You rarely try to sound compassionate or friendly, but you've always felt an affinity towards the homeless and society's outcast. I'm looking for someone very important to me. I wouldn't trouble you, but I'm desperate. Surprise even yourself with your tone of voice and verbosity. The homeless lady listens as you describe Nina Barker and explain you need to find her. Greasing the woman's hand with a few bills doesn't hurt either. Sure, the lady replies. I saw her. I saw you too, and she saw you as well. Then she ran all the way to that train. She points in the direction of the next train to Toronto. Take clue token 1, decrease the round tracker by 1, set action token 2 on a designated hex, and the vagrant NPC can no longer be interacted with. So let me get clue token 1 and action token 2 set up. Okay, so now we've got action token there. We've got clue token 1. We've removed the vagrant and decreased round tracker by 1. So we're now on round 8. At round 8, I think he moves... He moves here at round 8. Facing this way. No, wait. He moves to this one facing that way. Put this right here in the book. Okay. Well, seeing as we're right by it, let's see. We still have to find the briefcase, but we know what train she's going on. So it's possible that it might be near there. So let's go ahead. 1, 2. And then let's interact with action token number 2, page 66. You approach the barrier leading to the train platforms. There's a slot for a ticket, an automatic arm. Currently bars your path. You can see 2 trains soon to depart. You can make your way into a train right now if you know the one Barker's taking. Before you do, you stop to think whether you found everything you could at the station. You have train ticket number 74 item card, and you have clue token 1. You make your way to the train. You have clue token 1, and guard number 2 is on the tile. You vault the barrier, read event 26. If you have clue token 1, guard number 2 is not on the tile, you vault the barrier and read E38. You will come back later once you know which train Nina Barker's on. Okay, so we're going to resume playing. That did decrease that. We know what train she's getting on. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure that the action token 1 is going to be related to buying a ticket, but I think that'll get us through there and hopefully be able to find it. So at 6, he moves all the way here. One, 2. Okay, action token 1, page 51. The queue. You join the queue for the ticket booth, glancing over the concourse and the line of people ahead in case you spot your target. No sign of her thus far. Queue's moving slowly, but if you have time to wait, you'll eventually reach the booth and be able to ask some questions about your prey. Queue patiently, read E11. Push your way to the front, make a physical plus intimidation check, difficulty 2. Or if you have blood sorcery quietus level 1, you can place your hand on someone in the queue and use your skill with blood sorcery to trigger a heart attack. Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to lower our humanity if we give someone a heart attack. I have to remember real quick, I think if you have no dice you can use in a skill check, because like right now, because we're wounded, we would have -3 dice. We only have 3 dice. I believe if you would have no skill dice for it, you automatically fail it. But okay, So under fatigue, which is if your willpower is out, you have to remove 2 dice from your skill checks. It says if this reduces your dice pool to 0, you can only use your automatic successes and bonus dice from cards. Fatigue goes away at the end of a chapter. So, if right now, because of our Humanity 6, we have 1 Intimidation, which it's difficulty 2 for this, so we need 1 more success. We can rouse the blood to boost our physical for 1 turn to give us 1 die to roll, which would be a hunger die. So this could be very risky. Okay, we don't get hungrier. And okay, we have 2 successes. Read event 13. Queue jumping. Hey, what the hell, man? One of the travelers gestures at you, but you ignore them as you push on past. When they get in your face, you respond with a simple glare and they back down. They all know what you are, but they quickly understand you're not to be fucked with. You push away the front of the queue and hear someone behind you whining that they're now going to miss their train. Complaint causes you to roll your eyes. If you are in guard number 1's line of sight without a stealth token, remove action 1 from the tile. Which he is facing the correct direction. Yes. Yes, he is. We are possibly out of his line of sight, which would be incredibly helpful. We're going to verify that with the line of sight section of the book. So he is facing that way. He's facing that way, so that would be a +0. We are out of his line of sight. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Wait. Is that guard 1 or guard 2? Guard 1. Oh, guard 1's the one who moves. Guard 2 doesn't move. Guard 2 stays back here. Right there. Guard 1 is the one that's over there. Double check real quick. Number 9. Guard 1 is... No, guard 1 is... Okay, so... It is still supposed to be... Okay, so... It's supposed to be this guy... But I did get them in the wrong order. So this one is supposed to be guard 2. The one that was there was supposed to be that guy in guard 1, but he is supposed to be there. So we are not in his line of sight. Move to the front of the queue. Read E15. Ticket booth operator. There was also an errata mention that, so this gets removed. That when you get up there, you're supposed to move adjacent to the queue operator, which is her, for this section. Ticket booth operator. The lady at the desk takes her sweet time to look from a monitor to you and then back to her monitor. Laughing to herself, maybe she read a funny email. She don't give a shit. You don't give a shit. Service, please. Ticket booth operator seems to resent being interrupted from her distractions and scowls at you. How can I help you, sir? Decrease round tracker by 1. Remove action token 1 from the top. You have clue token number 1. Asked to buy a ticket for the same train as Nina Barker. which is E17. We do have clue token 1, so E17. I know my destination. Toronto, please. I'm in a few words as ever. You briskly answer the cashier's questions about when you want to travel, what kind of seat you like, and whether you have any nice plans for when you get to Toronto. Please, I'm in a hurry. You're not a natural talker, and you've always struggled to force a convincing smile. You're not that kind of killer. Take the train ticket, number 74 item card, set action token 2 on the designated square. Our designated hex, which we already have there. So let me grab the train ticket. Okay, we've got a train ticket now. Threaten her to find out whether she's seen a woman matching Nina Barker's description. Make a social plus intimidation check, difficulty 2. Oh, and we are no longer wounded. Thankfully. Social plus intimidation check, difficulty 2. So we've already got 1 success. We've got 2 dice. Okay, we got 2 successes. Read E18. Give me what I want. Simple question. Your eyes narrow, your tone lowers, and you lean forward. You're going to give me the answer. If not, I'll pull you through the little slot used for bills and coins. Flustered, tears welling out, the cashier nods slowly. Young woman, shoulder-length black hair, probably gothic clothing. Hour ago. Where is she? She sat over there. I think that's her suitcase. Please. Decrease the round tracker by 1. We are running out of time quick. Increase round token by 1. Send investigation area token 1 on designated hex. Okay. So it goes there. If you are in guard 1's line of sight without a stealth token, you do not have clue token 2. You must read E21. If you're in line of sight without a stealth token, have clue 2. Read E36. We are behind him. So we are not in his line of sight because he is looking. He's looking that way. And he's also about to move. No guards spot your behavior, so resume playing. So he now moves over to here. That guy is just like everywhere we need to go. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. We are running out of time. Is it going to be possible to get back even with 5? Because I'm going to lose a turn activating. I'm going to lose a turn doing that. Should have gotten celerity. That would be very helpful. But we have to get that investigation token. So we are going to... Okay, hang on. So 4. We were here. We're going to rouse the blood again. Damn it. Okay, we've now got 3 hunger. But we're doing that for extra movement. So that'll give us 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 shy. And that takes us to 3. It was 4 getting him there. So 1. Investigation 1. Page 31. Mysterious suitcase. You were told Nina Barker was in this area of the station earlier, but she isn't here anymore. Look around and realize it's quite possible she saw you as you entered the station and bolted for the train. It wouldn't be impossible for her to possess an ability enabling her to recognize vampires among mortals. As you ponder the possibility, your attention is drawn to the large suitcase left abandoned beside Barker's empty seat. An old man in the row behind Barker occasionally checks the luggage but doesn't appear to be his. Attempt to take the luggage. If this was Barker's, Duval's documents are likely inside. Make a physical plus stealth check. So we've got 3 dice and we get 3 out of successes. 0 to 3, redying 2, 4 plus redying 1. Let's go ahead and can I use that at any point? I think I can. Pretty sure I can. We're going to use our Call to Herd card that we've had forever to decrease our hunger by 1. So that in a second, when I attempt to rouse the blood, if we botch it, it's not going to completely screw us. Because I'm going to rouse the blood for... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to rouse the blood. We've got 3 successes. We have 5 successes. So, redying 1. Mysterious suitcase. The more you look at, the more confident you become the suitcase contains Duval's stolen property. Barker came here with it, bought her ticket, sat down to await her train. When you arrived, she left it behind her, hurried to flee. You make 2 passes by the luggage before you grip it and lift it as if it were yours. As you do so, the old man stands and points at you, shouting thief. You can see from the smear of blood around his mouth and hear from his growling tone he's enthralled to her, and probably only recently so. Whatever, an old man's no concern if nobody heard him shout. Decrease the round tracker by 1. Shit. Remove investigation token 1. Taking luggage 73. Item card. You know, I'm just going to set these right there. You are on the guard's line of sight, which again, we are not. You can take the suitcase somewhere safe, crack it open to verify its contents, make a mental plus search check. 0, 2 successes, redying 6, 3 plus successes, redying 5. Well, it's a good thing I bought search and I've got mental, because that'll mean we just need 2 successes for this. We are going to spend a willpower. We're going to spend another willpower. Shit. We are going to fail. Iron 6. You wheel the luggage away from the crowd, find yourself staring at a combination lock with no knowledge of the sequencing to get inside. You could just rip it open, or if you had a knife, cut into it, but then you'd have a damaged suitcase and Duval's documents wouldn't be secure if they're in there. You accept all signs point to this being what you were looking for, and curiosity tends to bite an assassin's ass, so it's probably best not delve too deeply into the contents. Increase round tracker by 1. We are now at 1. Set your character at the designated hex. We are all the way back over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually, he is now moved to here. Or no, he's there. Yeah, he's there. Okay, so we need to get there, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we can just pull this out of the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stop. Oh, it's shit. We don't get a free round at 0, so nope, we are completely fucked. Okay, round tracker reaches 0. Read event 34, which I'm sure is going to be the train getting away. Train departs. Time is run out. Damn, as train pulls away with Nina Barker on board for sure, and you still at the station, chances of destroying your intended target slip through your fingers. Caleb Duval will not be pleased. It's not long before you receive a text from him asking for your progress report and you're unable to deliver good news. Shit. Read E35. Contract revoked. Set round tracker to 6. The round tracker has reached 0. As far as assassins go, you're supposed to be one of the best inside the border. In this case, though, time was against you. Made too many mistakes and your target escaped. You're going to have to return to Montreal and beg for Duval's forgiveness. But with a vampire like Duval, forgiveness isn't guaranteed. You failed the chapter. Start over from the beginning. Resume play. Huh. Well, fuck. We fucked that up. So, guess we're going to be starting it again. Alright, hello and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade Chapters. Our second attempt at the Banu Haqim prologue, Last Train to the Ministry. If you saw the last video, you know it didn't go the best. We ran out of time, like 4 hexes away from winning, which sucks. That for me was just a couple minutes ago. I got the board reset. I had a look for a couple ways to kind of try and balance things in our favor, and I think I've got a very good solution. So we'll reset the back the way we were to begin with, except for the willpower, which hadn't been used yet. We are going to start off by spending 3 boon tokens to purchase from Alex an alchemy potion celerity, which you can get after interlude 1. It will give us +2 movement, +2 initiative, and count as having celerity level 1. Remains active until the end of the chapter, and then it gets discarded. So it's a 1 chapter use item, but while we've got it, it's going to give us 6 movement, which is really going to be helpful for speeding around this place, because we got to move around a lot of shit really quick. So before we do that, we're going to go ahead, we're going to do the same feeding event we tried last time. Well, we succeeded at last time, which was street gaining in a parking lot. Loud music, jacked up cars, and the occasional gunshot. This is your hunting ground tonight. There must be another 12 gang members tonight celebrating one thing or another. They all sport the same uncolored bandana, either worn on their heads or hanging out of their pockets. They shout and cheer loudly. From time to time, you can hear the revving in some of the car's engines. You know they've seen you. The parking lot is wide open and well lit. You decide to approach them. Despite being outnumbered, you know how disorganized kind can be when a brawl starts. No amount of braggadocio can save them against the kindred. Also, because of the fact this is being filmed immediately after I filmed the previous one, I do not have an answer yet from our friend Thomas regarding whether wounded would apply in the feeding event scenario or not. So again, when I've got that answer, it will be mentioned in the description there. So we are going to again physical, start a fight and feed during the chaos. Confidently approach gangsters, cracking your knuckles and smiling viciously. The gangsters jump off their cars and walk towards you, laughing and jeering. You make a note of each of them. In turn, 4 packing heat. The others probably armed with knives or brass knuckles, but you couldn't care less. We got 3 dice. Let's rock. And that gives us 2 successes, which, as I recall, yep, we needed 0. Very confused gangster ends up face to face with you. You grab him by the arm, spin him around before throwing him onto the ground. You grab him by the throat, sink your teeth into his shoulder. He tenses in pain for the briefest moments before his blood begins to pour into your mouth. Before the others have time to come help him, you're out of the parking lot. We get brass knuckles again. Our hunger is back at 0. And yeah, that's our hunger event. According to your informants, this is where you're going to find the contracted target, Nina Barker, a Montreal anarch who fled the domain with something not belonging to her. She'd been careful up till now, but it seems she just used a credit card registered to one of her pseudonyms at the Ottawa station ticket booth. Operations in your wheelhouse. Kill Barker discreetly and recover these documents of significance, as Duval called them. Main issue, Ottawa train station's hardly conducive to a stealthy hit. Everything here is lit up in searing white light. You have your handgun with you, but you're going to have to wait until the right moment or else follow her under the train. Plus, there's a security presence at the station, so overt aggression could draw unpleasant circumstances. Ideal or not, a contract's contract. It's not your job to question. It's not your job to let the target go free, even if you admire the minister's pluck. You'll need to act quickly. If she hops on a train out of here and you don't know which one, you can't count on finding her again. Avoid detention. Find Nina Barker. Recover the suitcase she stole from Caleb Duval. Again, as per the errata, we start with the My Old Friend item card, which is supposed to be here in the storybook, but is not currently. And then we have our old boots, which combined with our alchemy potion is going to give us 6 movement, as I said there. Event 1, the hunt begins. You check the clock on your phone, 11:30 p.m. Need to find Barker at her destination and the documents she stole from Duval. There are a few people you can speak to, but you won't be able to get to the ticket booth and question the operator without queuing first. Set round tracker to 10. The guard is here, because there was some confusion about that last time. At 8, he's going to move here. 6, he moves there. 4, 2. Round tracker is back at 10 from 0 where we failed. Resume playing. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are going to talk to the vagrant. Page 5. You can see a woman rooting through one of the bins with her bare hands, probably looking for food, you whisper to yourself, recognizing the homeless life wherein you lived. Based on everything you know about Nina Barker, she's pretty good at disguising herself, but it's unlikely to go this far. Homeless woman looks up at you as you approach, eyeing you warily. She probably thinks you're about to tell her to stop doing what she's doing, or worse, steal her spot. We can ask her for help, reading Dialogue 3, describe Nina Barker to her in the hope she might have seen her, which is a social plus persuasion check, difficulty 3. Or we can resume playing. So right now, we are going to make a rouse check to boost our social from 2 to 3. We do not get hungrier this time around. We have no dots in persuasion to help us. So we're just going 3 black dice. 3 black dice. 1, 2, 3 successes. 3d4. Sorry to bother you. You rarely try to sound compassionate or friendly, but you're always felt in affinity towards the homeless and society's outcast. I'm looking for someone very important to me. I wouldn't trouble you, but I'm desperate. You surprise even yourself with your tone of voice and verbosity. The homeless lady listens as you describe Nina Barker and explain that you need to find her. Greasing the woman's hand with a few bills doesn't hurt either. Sure, the lady replies, I saw her. I saw you too, and she saw you as well. Then she ran all the way to that train. She points in the direction of the next train to Toronto. Clue token 1. Oh, I do have that there. Set action token 2 here. The vagrant can no longer be interacted with and decrease round tracker by 1. Resume playing. So now I am going to stealth. If I can find a stealth token. Okay, we've got a stealth token. Because a lot of the things is reliant on not being in that guard's line of sight. So, not that's about to matter because he's about to move up there, but so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And action token 1, page 51. You join the queue for the ticket booth, glancing over the concourse line of people ahead of you in case you spot your target. No sign of her so far. Queue's moving slowly, but if you have time to wait, you'll eventually reach the booth and be able to ask some questions about your prey. We can queue patiently. We can push our way to the front, which is a physical plus intimidation check, difficulty 2. Or if you have blood sorcery quietus 1, you can place your hand on someone in the queue and use your skill blood sorcery to trigger a heart attack. So because of our wounded, we are at -3 dice. We get 1 automatic success from intimidation. We are going to rouse the blood so that we can temporarily have 1 extra physical die to attempt to make this, because we would just need 1 success. We get hungrier, which means we are just going to be rolling 1 hunger die. Okay. We don't make it. Fuck. Re-D14. Queue jump denied. Oh no, you don't. One of the people in the queue, a heavy-set woman with a wagging finger, stands in your way. Been in this queue for the last 10 minutes, mister, and you're not just pushing past. You feel the need to bare your fangs or order her to stand aside, but you remain calm. One serve to draw more attention this time. You just have to live with the fact you're not as intimidating as you thought. Decrease the round tracker by 1, which is going to move him over to here, I believe. No, 1 more. Moves him there. Take the Risible 34 effect card. Risible, I want to suck your blood. -1 success to your next intimidation check. Well, fuck that. Bobbing lost wounded, so there's that at least. If you are in the guard's line of sight without a stealth token, which we are not, you must read E2. Otherwise, wait in line. E15. Ticket booth operator. Lady at the desk takes her sweet time to look at her from her monitor to you and then back to her monitor, laughing to herself. Maybe she just read a funny email. You don't give a shit. Service, please. Ticket booth seems to present being interrupted from the distractions and scowls at you. How can I help you, sir? Decrease round tracker by 1. Remove action token 1. We are now up here by her. We are no longer stealth because we used the action token. You have clue token 1, asked to buy the same ticket as Nina Barker, read E17. I know my destination, Toronto, please. A man of few words as ever, you briskly answer the cashier's questions about when you want to travel, what kind of seat you'd like, whether you have any nice plans for when you get to Toronto. Please, I'm in a hurry. You're not a natural talker and you've always struggled to force a convincing smile. You're not that kind of killer. Take the train ticket card, which we've got right here. Set action token 2, we already got that there. Threaten her to find out whether she's seen a woman matching Nina Barker's description. So it's social intimidation, difficulty 2, but we're going to get -1 intimidation, or -1 success on it. So we are going to try. We're going to do this. We are going to call the herd to get rid of our hunger die. We're going to rouse the blood, which is going to give us back our hunger die. That's going to give us 3 dice to work with. We are going to spend a willpower to re-roll both of these. Difficulty 2, we have 3 successes. We lose 1. That doesn't matter because you have to have more skulls than successes, which we've got 2. So We get rid of Risible. Read E18. Give me what I want. Simple question. Your eyes narrow, your tone lowers, and you lean forward. You're going to give me the answer. If not, I'll pull you through the little slot used for bills and coins. Flustered, tears welling up, the cashier nods slowly. Young woman, shoulder-length black hair, probably gothic clothing. Hour ago. Where is she? She sat over there. I think that's her suitcase. Please. Decrease round tracker by 1. Set investigation area token 1 on designated spot. Which is here. I believe. Was it? No. There. Round token goes to 6, which moves him here. You're in the guard 1's line of sight. Without a stealth token, do not have clue token 2. You must read E21. We aren't in his line of sight, so. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. We can make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is going to get us down to start investigation 1, page 31. Mysterious suitcase. You were told Nina Barker was in this area of the station earlier, but she isn't here anymore. Look around and realize it's quite possible she saw you as you entered and bolted for the train. It wouldn't be impossible for her to possess an ability enabling her to recognize vampires among mortals. As you ponder the possibility, your attention is drawn to the large suitcase left abandoned beside Barker's empty seat. An old man in the row behind Barker's occasionally checks the luggage, but doesn't appear to be his. Attempt to take the luggage. If this was Barker's, Duval's documents are likely inside. Make a physical plus stealth check. We need 0 to 3 successes for Iron 1, which we already have 3 successes from stealth, or 4 plus successes for Iron, or Iron 2 is 0 to 3, Iron 1 is 4 plus. We've got 3 dice. We have 3 successes. We have 4 successes. I'm getting some shit rolls today. Iron 1. Mysterious suitcase. The more you look at it, the more confident you become. The suitcase contains Duval's stolen property. Barker came here with it, bought the ticket, sat down to await her train. When you arrived, she left it behind her, hurried to flee. You make 2 passes by the luggage before you grip it and lift as if it were yours. As you do so, the old man stands and points at you, shouting, "Thief." You can see the smear of blood around his mouth and hear from his growling tone he's enthralled to her, probably only recently. Whatever. An old man's no concern if nobody heard him shout. Okay, so he's right there. Decrease round tracker by 1. Puts us at 5. Remove investigation area token 1. Take luggage. You're in guard 1's line of sight. Which, 1, 2, 3, we are not. Take the suitcase somewhere safe, crack it open to verify contents. Mental plus search. So we've got 1 success, we have 3 dice. And you know what? We're going to make a rouse check to make that 4 dice, because I want to know what's in there, because we failed that last time. We don't get hungrier, we get 1 extra die. So we have 1 success to start. Okay, so 0 to 2, re-die 6, which is what we got last time. 3 plus, re-die 5. We have 1 success. We need 2 more. We got them. Iron 5. Mysterious suitcase. Take the luggage to a quiet seating area and find a combination lock holding it shut. Only takes you a minute to figure out the combination, Barker said. 1983. You don't know the significance, but too many people use years for these things. Sure enough, the luggage contains 3 files and recognize the writing on the first you extract is that of Duval. Try not to look too closely at the paperwork, except you see Duval's had some dealings with France, apparently going back some years. Curiosity killed the cat, Wissal. You lock up the suitcase. Now to find Barker's train. Set your character on the designated hex. Increase round tracker by 1. Which brings him down to here. Take the Meticulous Effect card. Meticulous. Make the last place you look the first. Plus 1 success to your next search check. Discard at the end of the next chapter or after use. Resume playing. Okay. So we are already doing a hell of a lot better because all we need to do now is get up to event token 2, or action token 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boop. Then 1. Page 66. Ticket barrier. You approach the barrier leading to the train platforms. There's a slot for a ticket, and the automatic arm currently bars your path. You can see 2 trains ready to depart. You can make your way into a train right now if you know the one Barker's taking. Before you do, you stop to think whether you found everything you could have. You have train ticket item, which we do. You have clue token 1, which we do. Make your way into the train. Read event 38. Racing for the train. You sprint down the platform away from shunning people and away from the risk of losing Barker. You know the train she's on, you're going to join her on her journey. Only one of you will get off this train, however. Leap on board just as the guard blows her whistle and the driver closes the carriage door. You step away from the door and take a look around you. Straighten your clothes, ensuring your gun is still on you. Yes, the reassuring weight is still there. Into Banu Haqim, Chapter 1. Conclusion. You leave Ottawa behind you as the train pulls away with you on board. Most importantly, Nina Barker is somewhere here with you. Showtime, you mutter yourself as you survey your surroundings. Yes, it'll be a much better place for a hit. Get her alone in a carriage or one of those nice little nooks between 2 carriages and end her. Just like that, contract fulfilled. Now all you have to do is find her. You may now play Banu Haqim Chapter 2, Trainwreck. Between this chapter and the next, do not regain your hunger, willpower, or mend your damage. You cannot change your allies, nor visit Alex Samard, nor undertake a feeding event. You must keep any item cards you gain for the next chapter, even if you start it with more than 3 item cards. If you have clue tokens 3 and 4, you must keep them. Curious what those were. Okay, so we are going to lose the alchemy potion because that gets discarded at the end of the chapter. You must keep any item you gained. Okay, so all of these we've still got on us. And yeah, we're basically, that's where we're ending it. We do not get any XP. We do not get any boons yet. So this was originally going to be a completely separate video. I think this is probably just going to get merged onto the first video just because knowing what we were doing this time, a few better rolls, and having that alchemy potion for celerity to increase our movement speed, we got through this a whole lot quicker. So I might just merge this onto the other one. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it still. Next time, we will be continuing with Banu Haqim Chapter 2, Trainwreck. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.